Welcome to a new episode of Puro Biz. This is our first English episode. We're changing and evolving, and we are here with Rich, or Little Rich. How you're telling me to call you?
Little Rich.
Little Rich.
Little Rich, yes.
Okay, so and we are here, Raquelitas, a tortilla factory. But I'll let you explain what this business is all about.
Yes, well, thanks for coming here, first off. Thank you very much.
And thank you for also the tour. I had an amazing tour, and now I understand much more of the process and why you guys are great.
A lot goes into it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Usually
yeah,
when people
definitely.
come down, they're amazed. They're like, I've eaten tortillas, but I never thought about what goes into them. So, what is Raquelitas? Raquelitas, we are Colorado's, by far known as Colorado's leading premium tortilla manufacturer. So what we're doing is we're making innovative products. It's kind of interesting what we do. We make innovative products, but we make them the old-fashioned way.
Okay.
So we're getting like yellow heirloom Indian corn, cooking it and grinding it like it's been done for thousands of years.
Wow.
But we're making new innovative products with different flavors that people wouldn't expect.
Okay.
So what we do here truly is as much art as it is food.
Wow.
The integrity of the art and the
Okay.
stories. We're building food with stories, from the farm to the ranchers to the millers to the growers to everybody.
Okay. And what makes up this product premium?
Oh, so there's so many things, as you saw outside.
Uh-huh.
Premium can mean, well, here, what does premium mean here? It means we buy products, we buy ingredients without, what's the word that I'm looking for?
Well, it's
without
local source as well,
yes,
right?
local is one thing, but it's without limits. It's just how great of a product can we get?
Okay.
The yellow heirloom Indian corn, just for example, one ingredient, our yellow corn. It's a yellow heirloom yellow corn, Indian corn, grown on an Indian reservation here in Colorado.
Okay.
That farm was started to give meaningful employment to members of the tribe. So that by us making this, the act of making tortilla chips, and your viewers eating tortilla chips, they are helping members of the Southern Ute tribe
Okay.
with better jobs.
Okay. Oh, well, that's really nice. But I'm guessing a lot of people, they see it from the outside, someone that maybe wants to start a business, and they see a factory and they wonder oh, how did this started? Because let's say you see Coca-Cola, right? And then you're like, okay, this is a nice product, obviously, but it's a huge factory. But what you don't know is that actually just one or two persons started it, and then it become this massive. And I see you guys, you're growing and growing and growing. And, maybe one day you're as big as Coca-Cola, You never know.
Well, that's a great question, a great observation. Here, this business has been built up over many, many years.
Okay.
What are we on, 50 or 60 years now, brother? And, we look at it like every day we're coming in, putting, our body of work is just one more brick every day, just one brick of being of service to somebody, of giving someone an idea, connecting to somebody. So what you're seeing is the accumulation of 50 years of every day putting a brick in this story that we've built here.
Okay.
And so, we've gotten here not by being flashy marketing. Heck, we don't even have the sign on the building.
Uh-huh.
It's been about truly having a deep desire to take care of people.
Okay.
And not just having that desire, but actually putting it in action and making it happen. One of the biggest things I think that we're known for in the hospitality and lodging industry is a connector. We do know a lot of people in this industry. We've been involved with it for a long time. And so we get so many people calling us, I need a chef. I need a baker. I need someone to help me sell my quinoa. I need a transportation company to get my corn from here to Nebraska. Many times these things don't even cross the paths here, but we're known as being connectors. And because of that, people want to see us do good, and they bless us with their business.
Okay, wow, that's very interesting. I've never thought about something, growing out of that, but I guess it's similar to what I'm doing as well.
Exactly. Exactly.
But and how did this started? Like, how does one person decided to, one day I'm just gonna make a tortilla and I'm gonna start selling it, and then it grows into this. Like, how does that,
Ooh.
process starts?
Well, see, we Dad, Sal was a heck of a visionary,
Okay.
and he had a tremendous amount of drive and vision.
Okay.
And he took the business up to a certain point. Raul, my brother over here, was the absolute perfect person to take it to the next level, because Raul has always been about developing a team.
Okay.
And sometimes he'll get people that make no sense to me, but then he molds them and works with them, and he creates amazing people. And so, as you know, any business has got to have amazing people. You can have a great product, but without the right people, nothing. And so here, that's one thing Raul's always done, is team comes before profits, teams come before sales. Develop the people, have a great team. And
Okay.
that's been the success of this business. That's definitely what he brought to this business.
Okay. And how does the vision um, goes forward? Because as we were talking with Raul, he said that you guys used to do, when you guys were small, you used to do a lot of products, and now I guess you do less products but sell much more. Isn't that kind of how it goes?
Yes, that's true. And like in any business, I think you run through periods of innovation
Okay.
that different market conditions change.
Okay.
And the market may be like, we need something, and we're actually in that period right now. Is that with the restaurant, the hospitality industry right now, no doubt about it, there's no way to sugarcoat it. It's hurting. So how do you excel in this market? How do you differentiate yourself? You've got to have something different, something with a story, something of excellence, something that's going to inspire your chefs so that they stay with you. And so those are part of the things. So right now we are actually going through a period of adding different products that are relevant, that help people achieve those goals. But at the same time, there are some that it becomes clear it's just not the right time. And timing is everything in this. And so any business, and this one included, we go through periods where we do grow our offerings, and then there's times of, okay, we have to be honest with ourselves, let's bring them down.
Okay.
And so that's a constantly evolving situation.
Okay, and I guess you guys have been in the business for so long. Have you seen growth, like, because you sell tortillas for tacos or burritos, and then for also chips? Have you seen growth in any of those? Like, sometimes people eat more tacos, sometimes people are buying more tortillas for burritos. Has that happened?
That's a great question and a great observation, because you're absolutely correct. It is still evolving.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, one thing we've always worked for here is to try to show chefs and work with chefs that are going to take tortillas outside of just Mexican food.
Okay.
So, for example, I think probably 3 weeks, maybe a month ago, we made a charred scallion flour tortilla for a Thai restaurant.
Oh, wow.
They were going to do
Okay.
a Thai chicken thigh on that
Okay.
with a scallion tortilla, and it was amazing. And so yesterday, the conversation at Cherry Creek School, we make the tortillas for a lot of the school districts here in town. And it's not that we just walked in and showed them a tortilla. We went in, and this is how we think. When you want to talk about what do we do? Why do we do it? We went in and asked them, what's the pebble in your shoe? What can we make for you that no one else has either made or will make? And so we made a special tortilla for them to hit their nutritional targets. Now I had a conversation yesterday with a chef that he's seeing, we talk about the growth of Colorado. Colorado used to be, you had people either moving here from LA, Chicago, and a couple other cities. Now we have become an international city. We have people from all corners of the world.
Right.
And they've brought with them their foods from all corners of the world. So it's only good business for us to see, okay, how can we incorporate tortillas in food from Ethiopia, from Europe, from Asia, from deep South America? And that's what we've been doing. And so that's why we're growing, is we're looking, we're reading the room.
Yeah, exactly. And this actually connects me to my previous interviews, because one of my previous interviews with a baker. He's from Venezuela, and he's bringing his vision. He's also from Portugal, so he's bringing his vision from Venezuela and Portugal on how to bake, basically. But he was telling me that he can have the best idea, but if people don't connect with it, he won't sell it, right? So he had to find like a middle, and he was explaining me out how this idea came of making a hot dog made out of croissant, and it actually blew up in Denver, like it's
I
all
can
over the
imagine.
Instagram. And so I'm like, oh, so you're like, because if you put that, let's say in Paris, or like, you know, where the greatest bakers are, they're gonna see you're insane, this won't work, and that's a stupid idea. But it's actually working because it connects with the like roots of being in America, you know, hot dogs.
Yes.
So I guess, you know, all the business have a connection there, that and successful business, I guess, because they are trying to find what people want, and also like keep it premium, keep it on the way that you guys are doing it. Like you maintain your roots, but at the same time accept criticism from people that, you know, need other products as well. And that seems really interesting. And so going back a little bit, right now we are in Rhino. Like, you know, Rhino is popping right now. How did you guys come here? Like, what this fabric must be like, you know, it's an insane spot that you guys are in right now.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say we wish we could tell you, oh, we predicted all this. And that's certainly not the case. You know, when we moved into this building, what, 74, 75, 73? I mean, this was, you know what we needed? We had a retail outlet.
Okay.
And so what I remember what the old man was telling me, he says, I need square footage, water, and electricity and gas, cheap. And this was this was the bad part of town.
Wow.
And so when he bought the building, like what he paid for it then, our property taxes are more than that a year.
Wow.
And so it came this way. And my guess is probably the lower cost allowed you to minimize your risk on expanding and going into this area. And so like this area, there was a big push back then for this to be more of an art district like what you see on Santa Fe now. That was really the push. Remember, there was all kinds of art galleries. That's why you see the murals down here, kind of like Wynwood in Florida.
Yeah.
But so we were down here, you know, we've been here chugging along for a long time. And it's funny though, because when I talk about it was going to be art, right? I strongly feel, and I think my brother agrees with me, that what we make and how we make it has everything to do with art. It's grain art. I tell, you know, one of the things that I tell chefs is we are the grain canvas for their taco paintings.
Yeah, exactly.
And so our job is to make a compelling, amazing canvas with a great story. And now our story becomes a part of their story.
Definitely.
And so there's some people, I think if you're a cook, just a line order cook, you probably don't get what we're doing and why we're doing it. Who needs to make tortillas with hibiscus? Who needs to make them with spent grain? Who needs this all stuff? And for a certain number of chefs and a certain number of restaurants, they're absolutely right. But there is a growing and very robust community of chefs that want to make art. They want to make food that connects people, that elicits an emotion, that it is part of celebrating life. Like, for example, yesterday, talking about that to kids. There are kids that have moved here. They were not even, they're new to this country. They barely speak English. And to think how that child's going to feel going into school and they see their country, their food being eaten by everyone.
Yeah.
Talk about making a child feel connected and not being an outsider.
Yeah.
That was tacos for us when we were growing up. You know, I remember they would serve tacos in schools like, oh, wow.
Finally.
You know, they finally. And so that's what the conversations that we're having right now.
Yeah.
That's what we are a part of, is helping make those connections with people that we may not ever even see these kids, but I know it's unmistakable. Those connections are going to be made.
Yeah. No, that's super interesting. And I guess also when things are made out of passion, it creates a story, right? I was thinking this morning, right? I was like, what part do I want to belong to, right? Because there's obviously different business models that are successful and stuff. But let's say there's the Kia, which is made for the whole people, and like, but there's not much of story. You get into a Kia and you don't feel that connection with the car, and I'm like, no, I wanna be the Porsche. Like I wanna become, I wanna have story. I wanna have passion about what I do. So I'm like, this is, and I feel that people that are in medium to small businesses have that story, and that's what they make them great again as well. Like having a story, it connects you so much with the people that they understand and appreciate and pay that premium as well.
You hit it right on the head. It's true.
Okay. And
true.
one of the things that I wanted to go back to, do you remember when your dad was thinking about purchasing that? How did that all came from? Like, what makes a business owner say, okay, it's time to purchase a place, a bigger place, and how am I gonna purchase it? Did he have the money? Like, how did all that came from,
Yeah, no, he got a small SBA loan back then, 10-year, made double payments on it. He was an incredible visionary, visionary. But with real estate,
and was it like a big decision that he was like considering, or he was all in?
Oh, I'm sure he put everything on the line for this.
Okay.
There was no, I would say, looking back, brother, I don't think there was a plan B.
Okay.
It was like, I'm going to jump in, and I believe in myself enough, and I've got enough runway left, because he was strong and fierce. But, there was no plan B. I am going to will this. This is going to work. And so I think that's the one thing. We haven't taken that step, the go to a 300,000 square foot building or anything. And I'm going to say, thank God, because we may not be able to be the business that we are now. Mm-hmm. At that point, you've just got to get this many dollars across the checkbook every month to make it work. Mm-hmm. But I think we have attacked our quality, the integrity, and how we fit into our industry. I think we've attacked it every bit as much as he did this building.
Okay.
And so the DNA hasn't changed all that much, but I'm going to say I think what we're doing with our efforts is a little different. Here, I think instead of putting assets first, we're putting product first, mission first, mm-hmm. what we do, who we buy from, who we help, who we inspire.
Okay.
That we've attacked as fiercely as him, as Dad with the real estate.
Wow. And good thinking as well of buying like a really big place that you guys can.
It was him.
Because he's telling me that no, we actually, if we would have thought of this before, we would have the machinery installed differently, but it's just there, and then we have to move around it, because moving it will be like a whole thing, right?
Yeah, we've had a lot of laughs about that.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And then but you still like, have you seen that efficiency has grown over the years? Has it become like easier for you guys?
Absolutely. Our industry grew, and we got on the I'll say in the sights of the people that make the functional ingredients, your baking ingredients. We got in the sights of people that make equipment, and so they helped us, make better, more precise equipment, higher production equipment. But even with the equipment, just like a car. Mm-hmm. Are you going to get a truck that'll hold 3/4 of a ton of product, or are you going to get something that's fast? Mm-hmm. And so with our equipment, with our industry, it's the same thing. Do you want to make low cost and tons of it, or do you want to make really amazing, precise product? Wow. And so what we do, we don't have the Corvette stuff. Uh-huh. We have the truck stuff, the stuff that this is all about making it precision and the best that we can. We sit down with these, well, heck, some of these major companies right now, we may have been their first or second transaction. We've been dealing with them now for 2 generations. Wow. And we'll go to them and like, make us a machine to make a great product. not tons of it real fast. And that's why, you know, we've stayed in the lane. I'm going to kind of circle back on something. We stay in the lane of restaurants and high-end restaurants and chefs and resorts, places that are selling not just food, but an experience. And so for us, when I look at the grocery store, it's how much can you make for this price? Not how great can you make it, how good can you make it for this price? And the fact is, we know how to make a better product. And that's one thing I think we've stuck to our guns. We're not going to dummy down our product so we can sell a whole bunch of product to everybody.
Okay.
It's like that artist that wants to create paintings for people and get their input and make this, as opposed to just printing thousands of prints going out God knows where.
Right.
We haven't sold out.
And seeing, well, I guess you guys have a lot of experience in the hospitality and restaurant business. What's something that, you know, someone that's watching this, you think it's a good thing that they can start? Like, where do you like see a hole in the market that could be a good business to start right now?
Ooh, that's a good one. Right now, there's
Let me fix it.
right now, no doubt, in the hospitality business, it's challenging here in Denver. We're just coming out of the golden age. We had a 20-year run here that was fueled by a lot of people moving here, young people moving here that wanted to experience all the different types of food. No doubt the marijuana industry brought a lot of cash in here. We were almost like Miami in the 70s and 80s from cocaine. That's what was happening here.
Okay.
And so now we've kind of come to the tail end of that. So now what do we do? You can't just open up a restaurant, hire a cook, and you're making money. Now you've got to be good. You've got to be really good at what you do. And so in this environment, you're either making money at just doing lots of stuff really cheap or delivering that experience. So our business, we're all about that experience. And so we're actually now being sought out. We're actually, as opposed to trying to go out and sell a price point, we are actually selling a competitive advantage. We are helping what may keep your business alive. And so that's what we're doing here. So it's kind of a different thing. So I would say, gear your business. Don't necessarily look in the rearview mirror. The past is the past. But you've got to start looking forward. Right now at Colorado, you've got to be productive. Real estate costs are still high. Whether renting or buying, relatively high. But you know, the other thing also is this building, even though you look at today's dollars, what Dad paid for the building, it looks like a steal.
Yeah.
I think real estate always, with enough time, makes a genius out of everybody. I don't know anyone who's bought and sold land and held it for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, 50 years like here, and that looks like, oh, you overpaid for that. You know, I've always thought you don't overpay for real estate. You may just pay it a little early.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and it's crazy because some people, you know, they just, let's say with the interest rates, right? In the middle of COVID, a lot of people are saying, oh, I should have bought. And then like, you know, I'm just going to wait until that happens again, right? But why, like what I make them come back to that realization, and I'm like, how were you financially at that time? I remember, at least me, in the middle of COVID, the last thing I was thinking of, it was about buying another house. It was like, how I'm gonna survive this, right?
Am I gonna pay the one I'm in?
That's why they lowered the interest rates.
Yeah.
So it's usually, it's a timing thing. Always, when, like I tell people, when you can is when you should do it. But it's not like you're gonna time it on a perfect time that is gonna be lower interest, and then you're gonna be able to afford it, like you're easily affording it. So it's a timing thing, and I think people need to, well, if they can, jump on that, but not wait until, let's say, the perfect moment happens, because I guess it never comes, right?
Yeah, you might wait and find that one perfect deal, but in the meantime, hundreds of them slipped right by you.
Okay.
You know, and also I think in any business, if you manage your business right, yes, obviously you're going to have interest expense on the building, but if the difference between a 8%, let's say 8.5% loan and a 6.5% loan is the difference of you buying or not buying that building, you probably really need to re-look at what it is that you're doing. It should not be that thin. Plus, the other thing is obviously, as you know, I'm preaching to the choir here completely. If you lock in at, let's say, an 8.5% loan right now, okay, just know that's the highest you're going to pay till you pay it off.
Exactly.
If it drops, you can refi and lock it down, bring it down.
Right.
So, so you miss out on all these great buildings, potential buildings, to save a point or 2%. It's not to me. It's still not a smart move.
Yeah. Like you just keep going. I see people that they just keep their head down and keep working, and then like they adapt on and pivot on what situations throws them at them as well.
Yep.
And going back on that, I always like to ask people, like, if you could go back in time and buy some properties around Denver, what would you have bought? Well, I guess you guys did already.
Tivoli.
Tivoli?
Yeah.
That's the one in
by MSU.
Metropolitan State University.
Yeah.
And why is that? Have you seen that's increasing in value?
Our dad wanted to buy it. It was for sale for $68,000.
Wow, the Tivoli was for sale in $68,000.
Yeah.
Back in when?
So my father was married at that time, to my mother, and my mother said, no,
Yeah. But
we could have bought all this property behind us.
oh, pennies on the dollar.
Wow.
Everything next to us, all the way down the block, back all the way to this end, for
Yeah.
I think it was $225,000.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same thing. No.
Yeah.
So to her, cash was king,
Okay.
which isn't always right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is it worth now?
Yeah. And Denver still, if you look at a national map, no matter what the indicators and the current things will say on rental rates or cost of living or all this stuff, I have to still think consistently Denver's always going to be in the top 10.
Okay.
It's a great place to live. We've got the mountains in our backyard. It's a great place to live. And so, here we've seen our busts and booms, and here it seems like we never really boom as high as some cities, or we never bust as low as others.
Which is
So
it's good for business, right? Because you're constant, and then I guess you don't adapt to that boom and then crash.
Exactly. Here it's all about how long can we go, and that's something, the wisdom that Raul has brought. Something else that we didn't even talk about really is that our products, we're pretty much just here in Colorado.
Okay.
We were playing around with some out of state places, but what we found is the song that we're singing plays really good here. It resonates.
Okay.
Our organic and natural and innovative. Boulder is ground zero for that. And so it plays very well here. I've joked about this. I said, I don't know, brother, if we're doing what we are doing now in Toledo, I don't know that we do so good.
Okay.
But here, it's really, really good. And what's been fun is we've been doing it so long now that as other businesses I want some of that. I want to be local. I want to be innovative. I want food with a story. They come to us to ask us, guide us, get me started on that.
Okay. And how does someone that, let's say, that person that came to you, like how does that person can get more involved and understand like what's needed in Denver or in Colorado per se?
Yeah, that's probably just a conversation here in the hallway to the bathroom.
Either that, but you bring them to the restaurant association.
Oh yeah. Well, we bring a lot of people in through the restaurant association. We've been involved with the restaurant association, the restaurant foundation, as Raul was talking about the Colorado Hotel
Can someone be
Lodging.
involved in the restaurant association without having a restaurant? And
No, it is best for them. Sometimes we have like allied members that they're on the fringes of it.
Okay.
But it's not necessarily a how to run a restaurant. It's more advocacy to help laws not throttle our industry back.
I see.
And then we have the foundation about the people in our industry.
Okay.
And then, here we're involved with college kids. I'm of service on the Cherry Creek Innovation Campus and the Legacy Campus for Douglas County. And so this past week, I've been interviewing a bunch of different kids that want to get into our industry. and they're firing off all these questions. So we talk to them about that. Just the same thing. Where do I love this industry. These kids are in high school. I want hospitality. I love this industry. Where are my career paths? How do I jump into that? And so with some of these, we're probably going to do a couple shadow days where these kids come down and just stick to my hip. Here, we might have to go take a box of tortillas to somebody, make a sales call. Who knows what? Who knows?
Nice. And coming back from that, what are your top 5 restaurants in Denver right now?
Boy, that's a tough one because we've got a whole bunch. I mean, we're serving right now, I mean, probably 1,800 to 2,000 restaurants.
Okay.
So picking the top 5, I have to be like Switzerland. I have to be kind of neutral here. So it kind of depends on if this makes any sense.
Well, it can change any time.
And it does. But it kind of depends on the food. And here's the other thing, because poor Marty knows, she sees my bills. I'm in restaurants all the time, But you know what? It's funny. I'm going to see chefs not eat food.
I see.
I'm going there to support the chefs, not necessarily to eat the food.
Okay.
And so, like during COVID, we were still going out a lot to restaurants, but you know what? They needed it, and they remember. But let's answer that question. So if I was going to have a taco, if I wanted a great taco, I might see Kevin Morrison over at Tacos Tequila and Whiskey.
Okay.
I might see my brother Ricardo and my neighbor Felix. If I was going to have a chile relleno, I'd probably go to Jeff Eaton, Senor Rick's out in Aurora. If I was going to have enchiladas, the Rio just came up with that steak and enchilada plate that is amazing. And then, oh my God, I mean, there's so many. But it's like asking. There's so many amazing chefs with great stories.
Okay.
You know, it's like if you love puppies, and there's 500 little puppies there, and you're like, okay, you get to take one home.
Yeah.
I'm that sick guy that would be like, no, I want to take them all with me. I want them all.
That's great recommendations right there. And what other things that you see in Denver? What do you like about Denver?
Are you saying Denver or the hospitality scene in Denver?
No, in Colorado in general.
Okay.
Let's say someone is watching this, thinking about moving here, and maybe what makes your life good here.
That's a great question, and you know what? I think probably 1 million people answered in the same way that I'm going to tell you, because that's how much our population is raised, and that it is still, even with our challenges right now, no doubt about it, we have challenges, but we have challenges nationally, not just here. This is still a good place to raise your kids. This is still a good place for quality of life. It's still a good place to age. And it's just, I love the state. And agriculturally, so I'm very involved in agriculture, the amazing crops and wheats and corns and all the different things that we have, it's unmatched. So it's a fun place. A lot of people would come here on a convention. And they would be at the convention center, walk around downtown, and go, oh, this is pretty nice. And on a nice day, well, look at the mountains; they're beautiful. They came back on vacation.
Right.
They brought mom and the kids, and then they went to Denver and they traveled around the state. And it was like, hey, let's move here. And so that was a strong case. The looking west was the most powerful marketing we had. And we had a hiccup coming out of COVID and some other things. But I can tell you, firsthand, we were down on the 16th Street Mall. Although you're not supposed to call it the mall, it's just 16th Street now. But Denver is not just is coming back, it's back.
Okay.
It's back.
Okay.
So it's a great place to come visit, enjoy, dine. We've got some of the best chefs in the United States, and there's still more of them moving here.
Yeah, there's a lot, and that's one of the things that I say here, that I think people from Denver are very open to receive new things. Like if they see a new restaurant and it's from who knows where, they go and try it out. And instead of other cultures that maybe are a little bit more close. And same with sports and other businesses, ideas that they bring to the city. I think that's something that's really nice from here. And the other thing is the scenery. Like, I moved to Miami a couple of years ago, and I drove cross country to, move my things to Miami. And every stop that I did, I was like, would I live here? And considering how the city will feel like, how it would look like, and at least in my perspective, my opinion, from here to Miami, there wouldn't be something that I would say, oh, this looks really nice, I want to be here. So and living in Miami, obviously you see the beach, you see, the ocean, boats, whatever. But after being some time there, I came back here and I'm like, this is a beautiful state to be in.
Yeah.
Like, it's very nice and people are nice. It brings all together instead of, I don't know. I don't want to throw shade to anyone.
Yeah,
but
no.
It's really, I feel that it's a really cool place to be in.
It is. Millions agree.
Millions agree, yeah. But and also you were telling me you guys are doing a pop-up shop every Friday and Saturday. Is that right? So you can come and try those tortillas, and you're doing inventions as well, right? You're
Yes.
doing things that are not done for the restaurants. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Sure. So let's dive into the store. So the little pop-up store is open Fridays and Saturdays only. Like I said earlier, not
Right.
Thursday, not Sunday, Friday and Saturday from noon until 6, or when we sell out.
Okay.
We sell out.
Okay. So
And
come
so
early.
when you come here, it's really cool what we've got. It's not just a little tortilla store.
Okay.
It is the equivalent of going to a wine tasting room. I don't know if you've been to a wine tasting room, they start with a certain sequence of wines. We're going to start with our whites, rosés, burgundies, and then they're going to tell you the stories about the grapes, where they came from, the soil, who brought them, all the different stories. They build this story, they tell you the story, and make you fall in love with this bottle of grape juice. But you just got to have it. And you take it home and you share that story with your friends, with people that you love. And so that's what we're doing. We're making really fun, innovative tortillas, but in the way that the winemakers make wine. And so we've got different varieties. Like I said, the whites and that. We have a real spicy chip. We have one that's just a little bit savory. We have one that's plain. All you're going to taste is corn. But we go through that. And so that's what it is. And people come in, and it's been amazing. I'll tell you, it's been amazing for us. And that we are a weird business. We make product, it goes out, and we see it eaten in restaurants, but I've never heard people's comments. So we're like that studio musician that's played music on all kinds of records, sold millions of records, but never heard the applause.
Wow, that's crazy.
So when we open the store, I go over there the first day, and people are tasting, and they're looking at their friend, oh my God, you've got to taste this. And everyone was enjoying it and loving it so much, and just having so much fun at this little treasure that they found. And watching that was that applause. And I remember that day, I'm like, if you like this, you ain't seen nothing.
Okay. Right.
And so that's what we're doing.
Okay. Well, that's you guys being great, like that story from Porsche, right? You guys are making different and like being awesome, and showing what you guys are made of as well. And yeah, I feel it, and you guys, are doing a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you for this interview. This has been great. Hopefully, people understand more about this business and they feel inspired, because this is why I made this, podcast. It's to inspire people to, just follow whatever it is, their thoughts, what they can do, and also like kind of guide them on things that they can do here.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm looking for as well. So thank you so much for this interview. Thank you guys. And this has been great. And we'll see you
Thank you.
another time.
Thank you. Anytime.
Thank you. Take care, guys.